Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So I want to know, did you guys enjoy the All-Star game in the new format? I did see in some of the earlier games it was more competitive. Nobody wanted to be the first team to lose to the Rising Stars. And so the argument, though, that has come out with Draymond Green has been that they don't belong on the All-Star floor. You know, you work hard to get to play on Sunday. So now that you're facing the NBA All-Stars, you don't necessarily have to say if one of those teams got hot and they won the whole thing, then it takes away from Sunday. However, many of us have sat back and watched them score 180, 200 points in All-Star games, and something had to be done. I don't just blame the players. I do put a lot of blame on them, but I also put blame on Adam Silver for allowing this. Not that he can physically make them play, but you need to find a way. You need to find a way, man. Something has to be done for them to give somewhat effort on the All-Star floor. Not full out, but, you know, enough that it's respectable, right? We're going to get into what Draymond said. We're going to get into Barkley's rebuttal. Let's check it out.
Candace goes, I'm coaching some team. And she's right. Some team that no one wants to see.
Oh, man.
I had to work so hard to play on Sunday night of All-Star Weekend. And because ratings are down, because the game's bad, we're bringing in Rising Stars. That's not a fix. I never played in the Rising Stars game. My first 2 years, I didn't touch that game. And these guys get to touch the All-Star floor on Sunday night? Like when the floor is the floor? You know, in America, the president has Air Force One, right?
Yeah.
They have several of those planes. It's only Air Force One if the president's on it. That's the All-Star floor. You have the court, you have the events. It's a nice looking court. When All-Stars are on the court, now it's the All-Star court. Those guys did not make the All-Star team. To be playing in the All-Star game and you did not make the All-Star team is absurd. They're doing this to pump All-Star up. I think that's dumbing it down even more. You put some rising stars out there, first, second-year guys that's nowhere near All-Star level, by the way. And they're going to play against All-Stars.
I'll just say this question leads to where he wants to go.
You work all year to be an All-Star, and you get to play up to 40, and then you're done. This is so unfair to Victor Wembanyama, who just took this game really seriously, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who just took this game really seriously. When you talk about chasing after the points records, Melo and Kobe and all these guys who've had great scoring nights, they don't get the opportunity to do that with this game. Also, we can watch some rising stars. We're about to watch the Olympic team. Now we get the treat of watching the Olympic team play against a U19 team. Come on, what are we doing? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, Kenny's team.
They can't do that. They don't get to etch their name in the history books. It's the reason you get an All-Star, Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP award.
Scale of 1 to 10, your thoughts of the format?
10 being the best.
Yes.
A 0. Sucks. Same basketball.
I just wish you were more honest. I'll tell you what.
You know, I'm going to disagree with Draymond a lot. You know, it's, listen, we're trying anything. You know, I use the analogy like when your kids mess up the house, you make them clean it up and they complain, and they mess the game up. That's why we're trying kamikaze stuff out here right now. So his generation messed the game up. So don't act like he's mad because they're trying to use rookies, and we're doing every type of trick to make this weekend exciting.
Congratulations, my brother.
Yes,
well deserved. Well, number one, just so you know, I guarantee the championship. So good luck to you and Jimmy. Start this year back. That's number
Leave
one.
it to you.
Just so you know, right now,
a little bit more pressure.
Vacation.
Number two,
Rest up.
it was said that this format was your idea. And I just want to know, how did you feel it turned out having rising stars out there against you in the first game?
Well, it's like, you know how you got to get some fresh bait before you got to go out and catch the big fish. That's what it felt like. Just kind of, we appreciate their participation. I know, like, I heard what you said before the game. Like, this is a special honor. This is a sacred court, and you earn your way to it. But I really felt like the All-Star game, you know, it needed a little, you know, just fresh look. And you can always reassess. You can always continue to make decisions on what's in the best interest of the fans, which is what the whole weekend's about. So I think it worked out perfectly. The OGs, reign on the court, reign supreme. And, we'll see what we do next year.
So, guys, there you have it. That's what everybody had to say. And Stephen A. Smith also took his X account and said that while he agrees with some of Draymond Green's comments, they are the reason that the game has gotten to this point, which I have to agree with Stephen A. Smith. And Kendrick Perkins pretty much said the same thing, said he thought it was working on his account as well. What I will add, though, is I don't really want to hear anybody from this generation or the older players of this generation say anything about the All-Star game. Now, we don't look to Draymond Green for the All-Star game, so it may not be his responsibility per se, because we know him making the All-Star team is more of a function of team success, not necessarily he is one of the players that has the type of game we're looking for to watch during All-Star weekend. Someone who, like Trae Young, who was put in late, his passing ability and his ability to handle the ball in traffic and different things like that, he has a little more flair and people like that. But if you look at Draymond, he's like a role player making the All-Star team in a lot of ways. He played his role really well and won championships, so I don't want to take away from him. But this is more so, I look directly at LeBron James. I look directly at Kevin Durant. I can't really say Giannis because I remember Giannis used to play hard. He was still playing really hard when the other ones were letting up a little bit. But now everybody. So when you see Tatum and all those guys now, a lot of them didn't play hard either. It turned into a dunk fest 5 minutes in, and people are turning the TV off. And advertisers aren't very pleased with those results. That's why I blame Adam Silver. I don't know how you can make them play necessarily, but he has around the clock time to think about this, and he has a team around him. People in the offices in the NBA to sit around and think about, how can we incentivize this? Whoever wins East-West, that person would get home, or that team from that side would get home court in the finals. Who knows, right? What can we do to incentivize this? Because people play a little harder in that regular season cup, and that don't mean nothing, so why aren't we playing hard in the All-Star game? I remember Kobe Bryant made LeBron James play hard because he tried to embarrass him, blocked him at the rim, and then blocked him again. They called a foul the second time, but was tying him up and everything. Like, we're gonna play some basketball. It's not gonna be all friendly dunks and we just laugh and enjoy each other all weekend. We want to see who's the best when these lights are bright on Sunday. It's not as physical as a real game, nor should it be, right? You ain't trying to hurt nobody out there. But there's a sense of pride I would love to see the players have, not people scoring 50, 60, 70 points in the All-Star game, unless they really earn it. You want that moment. If somebody does have that kind of moment, you want it to be special where they're just unconscious, but not being lightly contested or, giving clear paths to the basket. And I think that's what a lot of us have been complaining about. And for Draymond Green to go on there and blame it, or not really blame it, but really criticize what the NBA has put together, I think is disingenuous. Because all you guys had to do is compete. You heard the whispers over time. Fans have been giving you feedback. National pundits have been giving you feedback. There's no reason for you to act like this try at making it competitive is this far out of bounds. Because, listen, y'all didn't want to do it on your own. My professional basketball players didn't want to go out and compete. Let's not use the injury thing like a Pro Bowl could use the injury thing. We can't use it like that. You guys, you could get injured, but it's not likely. you know, you might could tweet something out there playing too hard, but I'm only looking for about the effort that Vince Carter and them had, and I want to say 2000, was it 2000 All-Star game where he went baseline on Kobe and he did that 360? That type of effort. Because you saw towards the end of the game, Stephon Marbury, Allen Iverson, those guys really picked it up, you know, try to win that game. And that's what we want to see. We want to see a game that, you know, teams are hanging around each other, but late in the third, early fourth, it's a basketball game at that point. And along the way, the people that they've been comparing you to all year at your position, you want your moment with them. You want to see Embiid, if he was healthy, and Jokic go at it. You want to see Wemby and Evan Mobley, you know, if those guys on opposite teams say, no, I'm the next little young player coming up. Jaren Jackson, those guys. You want to see Kyrie and Steph have their moment where they go back and forth a few possessions. You know, you want to see that. You want to see that. And that's what used to make these games so special, but I guess nowadays they just make too much money, man. Too cool, too social media influence. Don't want to be on that highlight, getting crossed, and just, I don't know, man. But I want to know what you guys think about what we just saw. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.